Danny Day here with Corban University President Sheldon Nord and Corban University Director of Athletics Greg Eide, and we're here today to take an inside look at Corban Warrior Athletics. So Warrior fall sport teams begin competition this week. Greg, what are we looking forward to this fall?
Well, we've got some really exciting things starting up. Our men's soccer teams played a couple scrimmages here in the last week and done really well, and our women's volleyball team just started yesterday in a jamboree up at Pacific and competed very well. Our women's soccer team just had their first game yesterday and actually knocked off a Division II opponent 2-1. And golf and cross country are getting ready to get fired up in a couple of weeks, but we're really excited about the prospects for this fall, and men's soccer being the defending champions in the CCC and the preseason pick to defend look to have a really promising season, and we look for the others to be very competitive as well, so we're really excited to get going.
So then, Dr. Nord, what does Corban need to do in order to get every athletic program competing at a championship level?
I think it starts with our coaches. I think it's important that we have the right coaches on board, and I feel like from fall to spring we have strong coaching staff who are competitive, understand their game, and are committed to the mission of the university. Then they have to recruit the right student athletes to make sure that they recruit young men and women who are committed to learning and being in the classroom and being challenged in their spiritual life, and not just being challenged on or off the court or the field. It also helps here that we have facilities that are competitive, and we continue to grow and improve our facilities. I think we have some work to do there, and I think that as we continue to have the right coaches, the right student athletes, the right facilities, I think we'll have more competitive teams.
So I know you're a big Warrior fan. Should we expect to see you rushing the field after a game-winning golden goal at one of our soccer games again this year?
Absolutely. I think you should expect our soccer team to repeat in the conference championship, and whether it's men's soccer or whatever sport, I want to be their #1 fan, and I get into it. I hate losing, and I'm going to be rushing the field every chance I get.
So there may be some changes coming in regards to facilities. Greg, what can you say as to where we may be headed with new athletic facilities here in the near future?
Right. One of our greatest needs is a track facility and a new soccer complex. We've got a really successful track program. Coach Bernie's done an awesome job building that program without a facility. So we're really wanting to band together and create a nice track and field facility with a soccer complex inside. That's something we hope to break ground on within the next couple of years, hopefully the next year. That will also allow the university to double the size of our roster, which financially will be a big benefit to the university. So I would say track and field, soccer complex is first on the list, and then a gym expansion, adding a second gymnasium would be next, because we really need that for our indoor teams as well as our campus recreation and intramurals. So those are exciting projects we have on the drawing board, and we'll be talking to donors over the next 6 months about both of those projects.
Dr. Nord, how does Corban truly incorporate both athletics and academics together to make them synonymous with one another?
Well, obviously we call them student athletes, so student first, academics first. I think we have a great faculty that is sensitive to the travel schedules and the demands of being a student athlete, but I think they also do a great job of holding them accountable to high standards and not letting them off the hook just because they're a student athlete. I think we also have a great FAR in Bryce Bernard. I would give him a shout out today just because he does a great job, and he's one of the reasons that we have such a great combination of athletics and academics. And we just won the second year in a row the President's Cup, which is an award in our conference for the highest academic achieving institution, and Corban has won that the last 2 years, which I think is an indicator that we have a good balance of athletics and academics.
So you take a look at our different conference schools. What's something that truly differentiates Corban from our competitors?
Well, I would have to say that I just appreciate the strong conference that we are in. I have a great relationship with the presidents of the other institutions. We have a real variety of institutions, large and small, public and private. I think one of the things that's a distinctive for us here at Corban is we want when other teams compete with us, we want them to know we're going to play hard, we're going to be aggressive, we're not going to back down from anything. But they're also going to see that there's something different about us because of our relationship with Christ. And if we claim to be a Christian university and people don't see people in our uniforms different than other schools, then we're probably not achieving what we hope to. So our mission is to educate Christians to make a difference in the world for Jesus Christ. That also applies to how we do athletics.
Greg, what are the goals for Corban University Athletics? What are we striving for from our teams from a competitive standpoint?
From a competitive standpoint, we've talked as a department that what we would feel comfortable with, that we would be where we want to be is in the top 4 in the conference in each sport, aspiring to draw that home field advantage in the playoffs and win our occasional conference championship. The CCC, as we all know, is one of the toughest conferences in the country, and it's very difficult to win a conference championship. We've been fortunate enough the last 2 years to win a men's soccer and a women's softball. So we hope to be hanging more championship banners, but as a rule of thumb, we'd be thrilled if all of our programs were competitive in the top 4 and competing for those championships every 2 or 3 years. So from a competitive standpoint, that's our goal.
Okay, so Dr. Nord, kind of to wrap this up here, what role do you feel athletics plays on a college campus, and what sort of atmosphere will student athletes find here on campus at Corban University?
Well, I think athletics, there's really nothing else that brings the same school spirit, raising the morale on campus, rallying around your teams. I just think it's a big part of our culture, for better and worse, probably. And I think it's a big part of what we do at Corban. I think we're proud of our athletic programs. We're not apologetic at all for what we're doing. We think we're doing it the right way. And when student athletes and parents come and visit games and the campus and talk to our coaches and our faculty, they're going to find out that, yeah, athleticism is a good thing. It's not the ultimate thing. Doing hard work and practicing hard and having great relationships on these teams, that's a good thing. It's not the ultimate thing. People will find out that the ultimate thing at Corban University is Jesus Christ. That's who we play for, that's what we exist for, and that's the difference for us for athletics at Corban University.
Awesome. Well, thank you both for joining us today and an inside look at Corban University Athletics. We're looking forward to a great 2014-15 year. So, yeah, thanks again.
Thanks, Danny. We have a tradition on campus. A new one started last year that we put game day flags out on game days, so everybody look for those game day flags. But right now, Dr. Nord and I are going to kick off the next year with a Go Warriors. So on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Go Warriors!